2, 1. What is up, YouTube? HPK here, and good morning to you all. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at Harpies. Yeah, my first deck profile for the month of June. And we're going to be taking a look at Rush Duel's version of Harpies. Yeah, so I built a Rush Duel deck for the Harpies. I have been testing it out. The only thing is that I haven't faced any actual people. I just mainly been facing AI because there's been some issues with trying to get some duelists to play with that are actual humans and not, modifiers and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a bit of a hectic hell show, but it maybe in the future because at the time of this recording, the official set is not out yet. We still have at least 20 days till it is, and I believe that's a Friday. So, if there are more cards that are going to be added, I definitely do want to test those out. And if there are people who play Rush Duel and you would like to help me test out this deck, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I will let you guys know when I will set up a live stream session to do some Rush Duel plays and some Rush Duel gaming, and maybe even feature your video with me in the montage and stuff for the deck itself. So, with that said and done, why don't we go ahead and let's focus on the deck at hand, and that is, of course, the Harpie. So, starting off, I'm running 3 copies each of Harpie Ladies left, and Harpie Ladies right. 3 copies of Harpie Lady, 3 copies of Harpie Lady 1, 2 copies of Harpie Carla, 2 copies of Harpie Regina, and 1 copy of Harpie's Pet Dragon. Then for the spell cards, 3 copies of Alligator, 3 copies of Triangle Execution Spark, 2 copies of Avian Spell Strategy, 2 copies of Music Princess's Prelude, 2 copies of The Wind Blowing Through, 2 copies of Harpie's Full Dress, and 1 copy of Graceful Charity. I don't know why this is. For the trap cards, 2 copies of Boku Hearted Pigeon, 2 copies of Cover Barrage, and 1 copy of Mirror Force. And then some additional cards to talk about Harpie Girl, Trick Pigeon, Mountain, and Against Buster. So, yeah, this is basically the build that I'm playing with Harpie. Of course, we gotta talk about the big girls, Harpie Ladies. So these are basically Harpie Lady sisters in this game. They're individual monsters, but you can maximum summon them and their attack will be 3,400. And I do believe when you maximum summon, all the effects will apply to the monsters field. So Harpie Lady will allow like 1/1 monster on the field and you gain 500 attack, and it's simply by shuffling 2 winged beast type monsters in your graveyard back into the deck. And if this card was maximum summoned, you can inflict 500 points of damage to opponent. Harpie Lady, L, she gives the ability. What is it? She becomes a Harpie Lady in that it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's trap card effect. And then also, if she's in maximum mode, her level increases by 5. I don't know if that's anything really big to account for. There are probably some spells and traps that do benefit from high level monsters, and I think there are a couple actually. So yeah, that is definitely something to note about there. Something to also note while I'm at it is, we'll go into it just in a minute. But Harpie Lady R, she has ability to where Harpie, monsters, your opponent's monster effect can't destroy her. And also, if she's maximum summoned, she can make up to 3 attacks on monsters each turn. So if there's 3 monsters on the field, she can attack them. I'm sure if any of them have the ability to destroy the battle, take advantage of that, because you can do a combination of her, Harpie's Full Dress, and then just swing at that monster to do. Now, with that said, there is one thing that I do want to talk about, of course, is the maximum summon, in which all of these monsters are coming to the field at once. So you have one big barrage of Harpies. The other thing to talk about is that their namesake. They are Harpie Ladies while they're in the graveyard, and they're Harpie Ladies on the field. One is a continuous effect, the other one is a graveyard effect, which implies both of these occur. Because of how the rulings and stuff is with Rush Duel, you're able to not only run a full set of them, but you're able, if there were any incarnations, you're able to run them in conjunction to these cards as well. There's ever like future upgrades to these Harpie ladies, then you're still able to. But yeah, definitely something I wanted to point out there because we also have to point that out with Harpie Lady and Harpie Lady 1. So, quick note update for Harpie Lady 1. She's Harpie Lady while she's in the graveyard. She's Harpie Lady. Her name becomes Harpie Lady while she's on the field. And when monsters on your field gain 300 attack. All when monsters on the field gain 300 attack. Now, for those who know, in the TCG, OCG, Harpie Lady 1 and Harpie Lady are always shared as Harpie Lady, so you're not able to run them consecutively in the deck. However, in a Rush Duel, you're able to run them in the deck. So I'm able to run 3 copies of Harpie Lady with 3 copies of Harpie Lady 1. I don't know if Harpie Lady 2 or Harpie Lady 3 are going to be ever added to the game. 9 out of 10 there probably are, just to keep up with the namesakes. But yeah, this is basically the Harpie Ladies plethora of things for Harpie Lady support. And I think this is awesome because you can just maximize them out, fill up some deck space, and you're perfectly good. Also, didn't mean I don't have to run Faith Bird. So yeah, even more things. I do like the fact that we're getting the homage to the original Harpie monsters, and then just the fact that this is a big buff to the Harpie Lady. I wouldn't be surprised if they put Cyber Harpie Lady just to add her as well. And you're really gonna have a plethora of Harpie monsters in the Harpie deck playing in Rush. Harpie Carla, while she doesn't seem like the most efficient, the spell she picks up definitely is. And she's really just an easy summon to go into one of your Harpie monsters, your Harpie ladies, because you just tribute her off to some of your other Harpie ladies. And one of the combos that I have done is I summon Harpie Lady 3 off of a Harpie Carla who set a Harpie's full dress. And this Harpie Lady was able to not only sling, but give piercing battle damage. Definitely a big buff there. Harpie Regina, draw power in recovery, which is great because while you have Harpie Lady on the field, she's going to be able to give you the chance to add a Harpie Lady or Harpie Ladies from your graveyard to your hand, and then of course just tribute summon them off to put those Harpie Ladies on. Or you can just normal summon another Harpie Lady, and then just start smacking your opponent in the face. Definitely good card. The only thing that I hate is that she's not treated as, she doesn't have the effect of this card's name becomes Harpie Lady while on the field or in the graveyard. So that sucks. But I mean, beggars can be choosers. And then Harpie's Pet Dragon. While there is only one, and funny enough, I've tested two. This is an okay monster. It's still a better upgrade than the original dragon because for the Harpie Lady sisters, it's gaining 300, it's gaining 900 attack. And then it's just a beat stick. That's really just what it is. But with how Rush Duel has all this setup, it's so easy to summon. It's so easy to put onto the board. Um, and help just rush in for game if that's ever needed. So yeah, just an additional monster to look at. And if you don't want to play Harpie's Pet Dragon, you're more than welcome to take it out and then put in other winged beasts or other wind monsters if you. From there, Elegant Egotist as we go into the spell cards. What a change and what an upgrade. To be able to summon Harpie monsters from the grave. Harpie Ladies and Harpie Lady from the graveyard. Although the price is that you can attack position monsters with 12,000 or less attack, that's perfectly fine. I can still get 2 big old monsters that my opponent still has to beat over. Or I can easily use them as tribute fodder to summon other things. Um, this is just awesome because it not only incorporates Harpie Lady, but it incorporates the Harpie as well to be. Like I said, this is an awesome card. And next to this awesome card is Triangle Legacy Spark, which also got a better upgrade. Being able to not care if it's Harpie Lady on the field, but just for the fact that if Harpie Ladies are on the field, all your win monsters, 3 of your win monsters, gain 600 attack until the end of the turn, and that your opponent can't activate any top cards. So yeah, this is a widespread of a power buff. Then on top of that, your opponent's spells can't, yeah, your opponent's traps are null and void for the turn, meaning you actually just get some free swings at your opponent. That's, like I said, that's awesome. It's definitely a bit of a more upgrade into that from the original Harpie card is, because remember, that just signifies on Harpie sisters, and that means you actually run Harpie Lady system for it to actually work. I think the only exception is maybe those cards that say you can play a card and just ignore the required card just to activate the. But yeah, and then we have Harpie's full dress, which gives whatever Harpie Lady or Harpie Ladies is equipped to additional 800 attack, an additional 400 defense. Then you can have one or three of your face-up monsters on the field equipped with field. Um, the equipped monster gains piercing battle, can do piercing battle damage to your opponent, which is great because this early starts a rush through, so you'll be able to just swing at your opponent's defensive monster and inflict damage to them. Now, like I said, combine this with the summon setup for Harpie Lady right or Harpie Lady R, and you'll basically have a monster who can attack 3 times with a quick spell to give her an additional 800 attack, and then be able to do piercing battle damage to your opponent's. So even they'll be afraid to even set the monsters because now I have a monster swinging at me that can even inflict damage to. For the other amazing heart win support, avian strategy. If you control your face 2 or more face-up winged beast monsters, you're able to destroy an opponent's card in the field. And if you do, you can add a level 8 or lower winged beast monster from your graveyard to the top of the deck. This is just really good to recover a lot of your monsters set up for your next turn. Um, then we have the Princess's Prelude, where if you have no monsters to build, a free special summon of a attributed monster. And then if you, well, I don't have any warriors, but if you want to splash this with some warriors, you're more than welcome to allow you to add polarization from your deck to your fusion, as they call it in there. The wind that blows through, back row, oh no, draw power. And if you have 2 or more face up wind monsters and they happen to have 18 for attack, additional draw power. Yeah, because we love draw power. Speaking of draw power, Graceful Charity. I did not want to leave this out, and I was trying to figure out which legacy what legacy spell I want to run. There was Pot of Avarice, but I felt like this would be more sufficient because of the way that a lot of the new cards work. And, special summon themes, draw off of was going to be put into this deck for that. Going into the trap cards, we have Boku Pigeon, where this forces your opponent's monster to switch into defense position if they normally are summon a level 5 or higher monster, while you control a face-up winged. This has helped me in some cases and has actually gotten me out of some situations as well. Not to mention, when you do switch the monster to defense position, like 5 points to damage opponent, so you got another card that just inflicts burn and can help you get the game over with as soon as possible. Cover Barrage is not too bad of a card itself. It just makes an opponent's monster lose 1,000 attack by shuffling a win normal monster in your graveyard back in all you have that's being selected at. It's pretty mediocre for a trap card, but I'm sure comment section you guys can suggest to me some other things. And then if I wanted to ever just massively wipe out the board of monsters attacking me, Mirror Force is definitely going to be one. Now, with that said, there are a couple other cards that to fruition I can talk about as well. While Harpie Girl probably won't be seeing any play now that Carla is here, she's an option if that's a thing, but it's really not. But for name, she is Harpie. She is a Harpie. That at least counts. But no, this is one monster that I've seen played around. Um, Could be some resource too if you want to. This is Trick Pigeon. It's effective that you can spend one spell attack from your hand to the grave to add one winged beast monster with 15 or more attack from your graveyard to your. And with how the Harpie ladies are, just a trippy fodder. Mountain! Mountain. Just additional attack, but nothing really to attack there. And then against Buster, this seems to be a very mid card too. When one of your if you have a face up one monster with 2,000 or more attack, you make it lose 500 attack to the end of the turn, but you get to destroy one spell attack card on your opponent. I don't think back row removal is something that is hasted, but it's an option. It's not a good one, but it's an option if you want to run it. Um, I've tried it. I didn't care too much for it. Is like I said, it was just very mid. But like I said, maybe in the future, if I do test this more, I'll probably have some more things positive instead of negative. But for the most part, guys, this wraps up my Harpie deck profile for Rush Duel. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about what things you would add to the deck or what things you would suggest for the deck moving forward. And we still have about 2 more weeks till the set officially releases in LCG, so I am looking out to see what new cards they'll be adding to the game in terms of Harpies or Wind, and definitely trying to test that out as if I do have a stream in the future that I want to do some testing of, I will let you guys know ahead of time. I can get that set up. So with that said, thanks everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel as it helps me out tremendously. You can hit the notification bell below, next to the subscribe button. You guys can be informed of when I upload it to the channel. Social media links, they are in the description box below. And catch me live on twitch.tv/Harpie for Joe. With that said, thanks everyone for watching. HJ signing out. Take care.